right, what's up, Ito? Welcome to the fam.
What's going on? I'm grateful to be here. I appreciate it. And it's actually Edo.
Edo, oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay,
Yeah.
so when we look at it on Instagram, we pronounce it how we pronounce it. So that is our fault.
Yeah, but it's okay. Everybody without meeting me, they pronounce it that way. But my name is Eddie, so it kind of like goes into like Edo. So
Okay.
yeah, it's okay. I was gonna like put like a pronunciation type of like text in my bio, like Ed EDD dash OH. So people can just kind of like know what I mean. But it's fine though. I get it a lot. It's all good.
Before I just embarrassed myself. So
no, you're fine. You're fine. I get it a lot. Trust me. You're fine.
Perfect. So tell us about yourself. Who is Edo? What brings you joy?
Wow, what brings me joy?
Yeah.
What brings me joy is being able to wake up every day and create something that I think about. You know, I think being a creative, taking an idea and making it a realistic thing in this world, that's pure alchemy. And I think that it's insane the amount of powers and abilities that we as beings have. Some of us are tapped into them, some of us aren't, but it brings me joy when I get to wake up every day and go down to my art studio and create something to give to the world that'll help somebody, you know, inspire somebody or bring joy to somebody. So I'm fulfilled that way when I know I'm being of service to people through my creativity.
Nice.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're choosing like a movie or music or food or like, what do you gravitate to?
It varies. I'm really into movies. I'm like really into movies. I'm into this. I'm a question everything type of person. So I love movies that deal with simulations and is reality real, and space travel and sci-fis and things of that nature. So but it really varies. Music varies. It depends on what am I trying to get out of a painting or just where I want to be. Like one day I want to do rock and roll. One day I want to do, alternative R&B. One day I want to do soul, and so it really, for me, it just depends on where I'm at as far as my vibration. And then I can just kind of like tap into that and find. I got like a million playlists on Spotify, so it just depends on where I am vibration wise.
Okay, so to backtrack, so for the listeners, kind of explain what type of art that you create.
Yes. Okay, so I've been painting since October 2017. I've been doing I started my style of art in 2015, but I've been creating since 2009 is when I decided to become like, an artist and a creative. My style is I call it Inception art. Inception is one of my favorite movies. And, if you guys have seen the movie, it deals with the dream within the dream within the dream, aspect. And that's kind of what, not kind of, but that's really what my art is. I take colors, words, phrases, shapes, and I collage them all together to tell a specific story, a story that I want to tell, but then also, once I create the painting and give it to the world, it belongs to you guys. So you decipher it or you interpret it however you feel what fits, where you are in this world, which is why there's so much in it. My art can be a lot to take, but that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you can sit down and look at one moment and you just see it and it's cool. It's something that you're going to be able to look at over the years as you grow. It kind of grows with you depending on where you are mentally. So I thought that was a cool thing to put a lot into it, because I understand I'm playing forever. I'm not playing like a trendy cool thing. Like, my art's going to be cool like 20 years from now type of vibe. So yeah, that's what it is. It's taking words, colors, phrases, shapes, and bringing them all together to tell a specific story. And most of the time that story is open your mind, free your mind. That's like my real message. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that Inception is one of your favorite movies, because everybody I talk to, they
Oh
can't
man,
and they don't understand it.
They don't understand it.
You're missing the whole heart, like just keep watching it over and over, and they're like, no.
Yeah,
So you can have people that
to.
like it or that don't
Yeah.
like it. And so I'm so happy I'm talking to somebody that actually likes it. So
Oh,
thank
I
you.
just watched it the other day. I
I did
literally just like
too.
probably like 2-3 days ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's about to
collect
be over
DVDs.
on Netflix. Like they're getting ready to get rid of
Really?
it. Yeah. I think
Oh,
on
okay.
the
Well,
31st, they told
okay.
us that they
Well,
were
I got it all on DVD. I still collect DVDs, so I'm nostalgic that way.
Hey,
So
keep those
I'm
DVDs.
looking at it right now as I talk to you guys. Like that's all. Like I pop it in and like on Blu-ray.
Definitely keep those DVDs because it's gonna be worth something. Just like how vinyl
Yeah.
is worth money
Yes.
now. So keep those.
Sure. All this stuff is gonna be obsolete one day, and having something tangible, it to me, I'm all about ownership. So if I buy a piece of if I buy a DVD of Inception, to me, I'm an owner of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I own a piece of this magic that was like kind of capsulized for like this small period of time, but I own it now, and that means a lot to me. So to your point, yeah, it's gonna get to that place where none of this stuff is going to even exist anymore. But if you still have these different things, and they're gonna be rare, So yeah.
Broad question, because art is subjective, but for
yes,
you
it is.
as a creative, why art? Why go into the creative route? And how does art making impact, your life and other parts of your life?
So that was 2 questions.
Yes, it was.
Right.
But it started out broad, and then I have a problem with that, but just
no, I love that.
Just unpack it.
I'm gonna answer the first one, and then we're gonna tie it into the second the second question. Cool. So the first question was why art?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll forget the actual age I was, but as a kid, I was a really quiet kid, and I spent like 2 years in foster care. I think that probably has something to do with it. But even before that, I was a really quiet kid. From what I was told, I would always be to myself, and I would just be creating, and it was nothing. I remember one night after foster care, and my mom, got us back, and we stayed on the east side. And I remember, I'm a Disney kid. So, Disney movies was like everything to me, And, I used to dumpster dive. So I would go on my little field trips in the alleys, and I would find cool things that I could build stuff with in my mom's basement. I used to build go-karts and stuff. So I found this refrigerator box, and I made this refrigerator box like a submarine, where I cut a hole out the top of it. And then I put pillows and covers into in the base of it. And I remember getting into it and kind of putting my head back, looking through the sunroof that I had created, looking at this Phantom of the Megaplex movie that was just debuting.
I remember that.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And I created that entire situation. You know what I'm saying? I created that entire moment, and I had never felt so free, and it was such a euphoric feeling that I hadn't felt after that. So it was I went through high school. I didn't design anything in high school. I was into fashion, but I wasn't art. This didn't fall back into my lap until 19 years old, literally a year after I graduated. And I took a visual communications class just because I was just tired of my mom telling me I needed to get up and do something at that time. And, I remember their instructor was teaching us how to do basic shapes and basic words in Illustrator. And he would allow us to listen to music. We had our headphones. And I remember I was designing these different things, and I got lost again. That same feeling I felt when I was a kid, it just jolted right back through my body. And it just kind of hit me because class had ended, and I was still there getting lost in this world, and that was a moment that I decided that I was going to do art for the rest of my life. Nothing else gave me the feeling it gave, and I feel so free when I do it. There's no rules. To me, there's no rules in it. You get to have this infinite land, and you get to build whatever you want to build on it. And to be in this world and to have something like that, it's beautiful. I take what I do extremely serious. It's a very sacred thing to me. And I'm just grateful that I've been gifted to do it, because I'm still 99% self-taught with it. So that's why art, whenever I've been through things or I've endured things in my life, I've had a place to go to and put those emotions, because I was never really a very like vocal guy as far as like what I felt. I didn't know how to articulate my emotions, but I had art to facilitate that through. And art kind of became, it became, you know, therapy for me, which is why I paint alone. You know, when I create things, I do it in my solo, because I get to be extremely vulnerable with it. And I just get to like have this experience that, you know, I don't really have outside of it. Art is everything to me, you know? So yeah, that's why. The second question was, and I think I kind of answered that. Hold up, I kind of answered the second question with what I just said.
Definitely, yeah. You said that another aspect of your life that art impacts is basically your mental health, because you said it's your therapy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is something that, man, because obviously when you look at my work, I think a lot, you know, and it's all
Inception.
my thoughts, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, look at this stuff. Like, you know, this is like, that's like all up here. And it's better to be out there than staying up there. So everything I've ever went through, I've always been able to turn toward art. And it's answered a lot of my questions that I've needed answers to. It's opened a lot of doors for me that I need doors open to. It's giving me everything. It saved me, you know. And also too, I see how it changes the people around me, and I see what my art does for people around me, and how it inspires people, and how kids are inspired. And it's I'm grateful. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just grateful for it, man, for sure. It's done everything for me.
What is your favorite artwork, like just in general, like any piece that you haven't done?
Okay. My favorite art piece, because I kind of view them all as my children, but my favorite one is Infinite Grace. That's the Nefertiti like silhouette with like that whole story in there. But I'm working on a spiritual collection that is going to be tied to that piece. So it's going to be like a collection that is all ancient Egypt figures. And the next person I am doing is Cleopatra. And I'm actually working on that like right now. And it's gonna be the same size as Infinite Grace, but I'm, you know, so it's going to carry that. It's going to carry, not be the same, but it's going to carry that same spiritual essence that Infinite Grace has. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm also working on some other things, but like Infinite Grace is my favorite painting, and I haven't come up with a name for it, but the Cleopatra painting is the next in line as far as that spiritual collection of paintings that I'm doing.
Is there any other piece of art that you haven't done that you like, or that is your favorite?
Yeah, I'm literally finishing up my auntie's painting, my late auntie. Her name was Eddie Mae Ray. I was born on her birthday, so named after her. And she transcended July of 2019, literally maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks or something before I finished Infinite Grace. So her essence was all on that painting. But like I'm also working on a solo painting just of her, and it's titled EMR, which is her initials, but also stands for Energy Must Rise. So it's my ode to her. It's my thank you to her. When I was a kid and my mom would be, you know, strung out or, you know, just not in the right mental state to take care of me, I'll be with her. So we've always shared our birthdays together, and it's been like 2 years without her on my birthday. So, you know, when I finish this painting, it's gonna do a lot for me as far as what's been on me to get off of me, you know, and then just give it to the world too. I don't think she traveled a lot. So for the painting to be like in Basel or overseas, just take her, you know, travel it around. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really radical.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's coming together pretty good too.
Great. So let's get into your concept, your process.
Let's do it.
When you approach your art, I know it's Inception, it's like all your thoughts coming out, but what is your approach? What is your process when you start to begin?
Cool. Initially it starts from an idea, and I'm an easily inspired person. I get inspired by everything. I'm inspired by this conversation, you know. So it's initially an idea. Okay, cool. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what's on me heavy to get off of me to say, you know. And then I'll look up, okay, well, do I want to do a person? maybe like a figure, because I'm actually going to get away. Like after this year, I'm going to kind of move away from well-known like figures and just start doing like every, you know, regular day people, because I want to shed light on we're all special. That's like a, you know, one of my messages too. Like everybody's special. I don't need you to be famous for me to put art to you, you know, type of thing. So, but I do that, and then I say, okay, cool. But one thing I do as well with all of my pieces, if they're like famous people or if they're people I know, is I research. So within all of my paintings, there's actual legitimized history about the people, you know, because I look into them and I make sure I have a book that I write everything down in, like all the objects, all the words, all the phrases that I want to put in it. And then I sketch it. I sketch it on my canvas. Then I draw in everything that I want it to be. And then I go in with my first layer. And then from the first layer, I'll take a picture of that, print it out, look at it again, go over the overview. Because sometimes, you know, I know what I want to put it in, but then sometimes the process will answer those questions too. You get what I mean? So like, I probably have like 50% things that I want to put in it, but as I work on a painting, more things come to me because of how they lock into place. With everything's connected, everything is like, it's like a puzzle, you know what I mean? So so as I actually work on a painting as well, I'm giving certain things as well to put in the painting too. So I paint one layer, I go back, I paint another layer, each layer is like maybe 10 to 15 coats because I got to make it solid. So then I go back and then I do my shading, and then I go and then I do like my outlining, and then that's my process. Oh, music, it's always music or something motivational that I'm listening to, or something that I want to watch. You know, and once again, that to the question earlier, that just depends on the painting. That depends on where I'm at. That depends on what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's pretty much a process. You know what I'm saying? I never said that out loud.
Right. It's fun. I wasn't expecting like an elaborate answer because I feel I've seen other artists interviews, and a lot of the time they go straight to the point. It just comes to me, and then that's it.
Oh yeah.
You actually have like an elaborate process.
Yeah,
they be dry as hell. So I'm over here sitting. I'm like listening to you, like, oh, okay. I want to go paint now.
I mean, I have nothing to hide, man. You know, I am a vessel here. It is not about me. It's about the message and getting into the people. So I could say it. I could say this is my thing, but ain't nobody gonna be able to do it the way I do it still. So I don't trip on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to give, man.
That's awesome.
So I just appreciate you guys for allowing that, because that's the first time I feel like I've ever said my actual, you know, my process. Out loud, at least.
Share that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Are there like specific subjects or like things that you return to when regularly in your art?
I have a character, and you can, and when y'all go back and like check out my art, you'll be able to find everything. Well, my
moment
type of things. Where's Edo? Yeah. I'm working on an activity book. Like it's cool. So I have a character. His name is Mark, which is also an acronym, MARC, and that stands for mental and reality connection. But then also it stands for making a real change. So whenever you see a character in my, with a question mark on the face, the main color is red. That's the main character's color, red. But if you see any character with the question mark on the face in my work, it ties into those people in the infinite universe, because they all got question marks over their face, but the main character's name is Mark. So you're gonna always see a character in my painting with the question mark over the face, always. And you're gonna see like this ghostly face where it's like, it looks like a ghost face. It's a face of Spectre. And that just represents, in each painting it's a different color because it represents a different fear and a different nationality. And that just represents facing your fear, like looking at it in his face. So whatever your fear is in this world, it's you looking at it, you know what I mean? And you got to face that. At the end of the day, you still got to face it, you know? So that's me saying, yo, face your fears, like wake up, you know what I'm saying? It's not that scary on the other side, you know? And then the keyhole, that's in like all my paintings too, which represents unlocking your mind and all its fullest potential. We got a couple more things.
I'm
You know what
like
I'm saying?
looking
But
at
those
the
are like my
painting behind
main.
you to see if I can find it.
Huh?
I'm looking at the painting
Oh,
behind you.
yeah, it's wrapped up, but you know, you got like a keyhole right there. You got like face inspector up there. You got markers in there somewhere. But it's literally in all of my paintings. You're gonna find a keyhole. You're gonna find two of my characters, literally in everything. The colors might be different, but it's the premise is the same.
Go back and look.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna freak you out. You're like, oh my god, it is it is in every piece.
That's so thoughtful. Like the fact that Mark has two different meanings within the act itself.
Yeah.
Mark with a C. That's amazing right there. That's
Thank you. Really I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm taking it. I'm hitting every level. I'm gonna go commercial with it, but then I'm gonna go high end fine art, and then I got the merch and stuff. I'm hitting every level with it, man. I'm hitting them all. I'm taking the cause route, taking the Hebrew route. Like I'm looking at them. I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm in those lanes for sure.
So Chicago, beautiful city, and I think personally Chicago's underrated compared to New York, LA, Paris.
I agree.
There's so much authentic creativity in the city, whether it's art, it's music, it's dance, anything. Right here, Third Coast, as some people call it, like Chicago's where it's at. So what does Chicago play as an influence to you? Or is there any Chicago artists that you want to shout out or that bring you inspiration in your work? Because there's a lot of Chicago artists. Their murals, murals are everywhere in the city. Like,
man, it's
crazy. Be what it is today without the creatives. So
I agree. Yeah. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry if I cut you off. To be honest, because there is so much in the city that I kind of don't, and not on purpose, but I just don't see it all. You know, like I'm kind of like like I know about things, but I kind of stay to myself a little bit, only because I don't want and of course you're probably gonna get the word you're influenced by this, or I see a little bit in this, but it's never from artists that's in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like it's from like artists that's been way past gone. And then I personally had to go and look them up, because when I jumped into the art scene, I had no idea of any artists. People had to tell me certain things, and I had to go and find these people to see, or like the Keith Herrings and like, the cause. Like I had to personally, after I created what I created, had to go and see who they were talking about. And that's just purposely, like I don't have no hatred toward anybody. I want everybody to win and everybody to succeed. I just more so be like on my own, like in my own, like, lanes. But, I do, I have been paying a lot of attention to Hebrew Brantley. Like I see what he's been doing, and it's so amazing. You know what I mean? And I'm, as far as like modeling, where I'm about to take, where I'm going, he's one of those people, and he's from home. He's from here. I'm put on into the universe as much as I can that, I'm gonna meet him one day and I get to talk to him and get some gems from him, because, I'm a 100% independent artist. Like I don't have it's just me right now, So, but I know he has some jewels for me. I know he got some gems to drop into my lap. So we're gonna connect soon. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that's gonna happen, and I can't wait for that. So, but Chicago you're right. It's such a creative place. I can walk outside and trip into like a creative that's just like going crazy. It's that dope of a city. And it doesn't get enough praise as far as like the trends we set and just what's coming out of this place, man. They say if you make it in New York, I'm like, nah, bro. If you make it here, you can make it in Chicago, where it's like super real all the time. You feel me? Like
we have no filters here. We will tell
like,
you,
bro. Like when we say something's like super dope, we be like, oh, that's cool. That's how regular it is.
Monotone as hell.
That is Khamari in a nutshell. She is the most unimpressed person.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's decent. That's decent. But that mean like really dope though. But it's like, that's decent, But I also feel like too, that a lot of people have to kind of leave Chicago, to further their career, because it is a lot here. So certain things can become oversaturated in certain lanes. And sometimes, you know, your city's the last to like show love to you like that. You know, it's insane, but it is. Chicago is, it can be a bit, we don't like you. We ain't rocking with you. We don't, it's Chicago hates you is like a real thing. And we like, we have like that, we have that energy. Like I would go other places and people would be so nice to me. And I'd be like, why y'all so nice to me? Like, it's because it's okay to be nice, but Chicago, everybody like, you know what I'm saying? What you looking at? Why you looking at me? You know, you have like, that is that energy here too, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city, man. I'm grateful to be from here. I do plan on moving though. Probably like within the next 2 years, just to further what I'm doing, you know, but obviously have something back here where I can come back to type of vibe. So Chicago, I call it Gotham City. I call it Gotham. So
through your like elaborate like painting schedule, like how do you know when a painting is done? Like when do you know when you're finished and you don't need to add anymore?
Yeah, because some artists will just sit there and tweak.
I know, yo, and that will have you on edge and anxiety stricken and all that. For me, that's a great question. I would say if I feel that I've emptied myself in a painting and I've said everything I wanted to say, because I feel like there's always going to be things you want to add. There's always going to be things I could have did, or I could have, maybe if I would have, you know, because with me, it's always my line work, and my line work is the last thing that I do. So it'd be like, oh, if I could have just got this a little bit forward, la la la. But then it's like, but no, it's cool though. You know, you gotta learn when to let things go. So it was difficult for me at first, but you know, as I kind of gradually got better with the line work and the paintings and stuff like that, I've been able to be like, all right, bet, I've said enough. This painting is good. This is the deadline I gave myself. That's what I do too. I give myself deadlines. This is the deadline. You done, bro. Walk away. Let it go. Let it be. Let it be what it's gonna be. So,
was it always like that in the beginning, or like did you have to like work your way into that?
Man, you know what's so crazy? My first painting was Elsewhere. And that took me the whole month of October to do, because you know I would work on it piece by piece, and usually take me a month, maybe like 2 months to finish paintings. But you know, I really paced myself with that painting because it was my first time painting. It was my first time doing my style and you know in artwork. So I had a little bit of anxiety like every day. But you know, I feel like once I actually got it done and I hung it up and I saw the reactions of people's faces like that would come to my house, I was all right, cool. So yeah, it only gets to that place when I'm nearing the end of it, and I'm just like, whew, I just want to end this on a high note. My most exciting moments is when I have the idea, you know, and then like when I'm close to being done. Those are the most. I'll be like, finish line, because you know it's a long journey, you know, and my life still happens outside of art. So it's like I'm working on a painting for a whole month, and my life is still going on. So to finish a painting I'll be ready to finish, to be honest. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm you enough. I did everything I can do for you, love. You know, we're gonna get you to the world now and let them decide what's going on with you. But you grown. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
So when it comes to viewing, so if your paintings are in galleries or if it's family, friends, like what's the most memorable response that you have gotten? Or like what is something that resonated with you that somebody else said about your work?
Oh man, you know, we tapping into some spiritual things right now. You know, I literally have folders of when people say certain things to me and my work. I literally have folders on my phone just so I can always go back to, because I realized like, yo, one of my favorite lines, man, Kanye, you can work your whole life in it, don't cut through. And that's such a real thing. Like, nobody has to like what you do. Nobody has to rock with it. So it's not one person that says one specific thing. It's anybody who says anything to me about what I do, because I understand that you don't gotta, I could be doing this and you could be like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just over there. It could be that way. it could easily go to like, all right, bro, it's cool. Like, but so I don't take nobody's words for granted, and I make sure I give every single person real energy, because they gave me energy to just say what they said about my work. I will say something that was very memorable was when I did my first show in 2015, and I did 10 pieces, all digital at the time because I wasn't painting, and it was like little cute 25 by 25s, and it was Chicago people who inspired me. So I did like Fresh Goods. I did, and at the time I was kind of like designing for them. I was supposed to do Corey. I didn't do Corey because I was also designing for like leaders. But I did like all these Chicago people, Ye, Michael Jordan, you know, these people. And the 10th one I did was my mom, you know, and she was there, but she didn't know. So I like got on the mic and, you know, I just talked to the audience I thanked them for the energy that they gave for my first show. And, you know, I brought my mom up and I surprised her with it, man. And, you know, it brought tears to her. And it was like, that's something that I'll never forget, because she didn't believe in what I was doing at first. She didn't believe in what this was for me. Like, you know, but, you know, I told her, I'm like, before I even did all this, I quit my job and everything. You know, I've been homeless before. Like I didn't felt it all with it. I ain't gonna never lie. Like I felt everything imaginable, everything you can feel with this lifestyle, but it's always worth it at the end of the day. And it's always worth risking for me. And I explained that to her, but she didn't understand that at first until she saw what it did for other people. And she saw me actually like gaining traction on what I was doing, which made her a believer, that's cool too. But as long as she believed in it, like, you know, it means a lot to me because I go hard for it. So yeah, I'll never forget that moment, man. She still got that piece too. It's called You Are Appreciated.
Son of the year. Yeah. Son of the year.
You say what?
I said son of the year. Literally.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to the OG for sure.
Man, now I gotta step up my game with my mama. Shoot.
Hey, man, you know, it's love. Love is love, man. You know, we didn't have like a real relationship because I had a grudge with her so long, her and my father, until I reached a level of understanding. And, you know, it takes age and stuff like that. And we just started to become friends. Like we actually talk. We're friends now, and it's dope, the relationship. And I just want to show her like, man, like, yo, like, I'm making something of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, you will not leave this realm. You will not leave this earth without you seeing me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that once one of your kids did something to change something here. We one of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm the one, for real. I mean,
does that affect your work now that you all are closer, or?
Nah, it doesn't. It's just cool having like grown conversation, you know, like just real, like raw, you know what I'm saying? Like real questions, real, like, because when you're young, you don't know if you can really talk to your parents like that. But you grow up, I'm a grown man now. So we really have real conversations about my childhood and about, you know, what she endured too, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I blamed them for so much, but you reach a certain age and you can't keep pointing fingers about, I've been through this so much, or that's why I'm going through this. Like, no, you can change that.
Right.
You can't keep pointing fingers, you know, and understanding that they had a past too. My parents was once my age and younger, and they endured things too. And I grew empathy for them. And I was easily able to forgive them because they wasn't fit to be parents. That wasn't where they was at that moment. You know, and understanding and with the right perspective, you can never be affected with anything. It's all about how you choose to view things. And once I got that, everything's been like beautiful to me. Like my mom is a beautiful soul. You know what I'm saying? Like my father is a beautiful soul, you know? So love is love, man. For real.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful story. I'm so glad that you're close with your mom.
Yeah, man. She's a cool lady, man. Leo. She's Leo. So you already know that's fire for sure. But cool.
Hey, I love Leos. My best friend is
yeah.
Leo. Yep.
Shouts out to Leo. All my best friends are Leos too, so it's all around me. Yeah.
Well, speaking of shows, how
Mm-hmm.
do you feel before like a big art show? Like, what goes through your head?
Excitement. I have like anxiety, but it's always like I want them to see. You know, I want them to see what's going on. Like I want to hear what they got to say. You know, I'm not a, you know, I'm all about, if it's criticism, if I want to know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what this does for you. Even if it does nothing, you know, I want to know that. I'm excited that fulfills me, man. Just seeing how people just like light up and how they just spark up. Like I'm excited to talk to people, like share my energy with people, leave them better than how, you know, give them something that they, you know, haven't had from somebody. I'm just excited about that, man. I'm excited to talk to the youth and share with the youth. I'm excited. I'm never really like nervous. I don't really get like nervous like that. I'm more so be like, yo, come on, like, what's up? Like, I want to see the people. Like, I want to talk. I want to, you know, what's the worst that could happen at a show, or at like somebody says no, or they say they don't like it, or they don't show up. Like, what's the
exactly?
It doesn't. This is my dream. This is why I'm here. That ain't stopping this. Ain't nothing stopping it. You know what I'm saying? So I have no reason to feel afraid or ashamed or anything. I'm here to give, you know, so I'll be excited.
So with all that
show,
enthusiasm,
I'm gonna be excited. Huh?
So with all that enthusiasm, is that how you reach your base? Your audience, your fans, your collectors, like?
Yeah, I just had my closing reception for World of Fantasy. And, you know, it had to be kind of like monetized. It wasn't the way I wanted it to be, obviously, with, you know, COVID restrictions and things of that nature. But, you know, it still was a nice turnout, man. And I got a chance to really connect with people and these beautiful souls, man, and give them this energy that they was like, yo, you're like really okay. Because I am like a cool guy too, but like, I'm just this too. Like, you know, when it's talking about art and it's around like helping people, it just does something to me. So yeah, I think it definitely is a reason why a lot of people kind of like gravitate toward what I do. I have no reason to but don't get me wrong, like it took me a long time to get to these places. It took a lot of meditation, it took a lot of soul searching, it took a lot of being quiet and listening to my spirit. It took a lot of going inside myself rather than being affected. Because we can get caught up in this. We can get caught up in it and it take us somewhere else. So it took me a long time to get to this place. But now that I'm here, I'm able to live inside out. And I guess it is infectious because people, you know, they've been gravitating toward what I've been doing. I'm grateful for that.
Are there times
every day ain't perfect though? Let's be clear. I want to be clear about this. I am not this every day.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing this energy to the podcast.
Right.
Oh, of course, man. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, man. This is dope with y'all, man.
I'm really enjoying this conversation. Like your energy is just, what's the word for it?
Oh shit.
When it's like
is it electric?
No, it's like when you have it, infectious. That's what it is.
Infectious.
Words are hard. Words are hard.
It's terrible.
I failed a spelling bee in grammar school, so sure, I get it.
Yes, your energy is infectious. But yeah.
I appreciate that. You guys.
Are there times when you like aren't inspired to paint? And if so, what do you do to like get back on track?
Yeah, there was a time. Not a lot. It doesn't happen a lot for me. I have to tell myself to stop creating. I'm kind of like that person. The only time this ever really happened is before my reawakening, and I had to really do a lot of I kind of spiraled. I had like a mental breakdown, like late, probably like December 2017 to like all the way up until August 18th, 2018. I was in like a depression. Like I was in like this fuzzy headspace. So I wasn't really creating as much as I wanted to. I wasn't really getting out as much as I wanted to. I was just trying to pull myself out of this place. But I spiraled into myself, and that was purposely. I knew I needed to do that in order to grow up and get to another place, just mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was tired of that. I was tired of that version of myself, and that's what my body was saying. That's what my mind was saying. It was like, yo, you have to get out of this cocoon. You got to grow, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have to. This is gonna be here, but if you're not in the right place to accept what's going on and where you're about to go, then it's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna be happy there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen regardless, but you're not gonna be happy there. You're not gonna be all the way there. So I stopped really creating. I did like a couple paintings, 2018, before, you know, my reawakening. But after my reawakening, you know, it's this new spark just kind of came into life, and you know, I don't have to do what I'm doing. I get to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a privilege to be able to do what I do. And that before this, it was like, I had this chip on my shoulder, like the world owed me something. Right. Like I was deserving of something. But it's like, who are you to even, what are you talking about? Like, the world had to humble me a little bit, you know, and it did. And it really did, you know. So I'm getting emotional about this right now because it set me down for a little bit. And there's lessons all the time and everything, you know, but that was a big lesson for me, you know, that sit down, you know, where I was like, I wasn't really working on paintings. I wasn't really inspired. I was just trying to get my mind right, get my soul right, get my spirit together, get my insides right, so I can be better for people and, you know, and things of that nature, and less selfish and less immature and things of that nature. So yeah, that was like the only real time that I wasn't creating. So
yeah. So I like how you said that you get to do this. You get to do art. And there's a lot of reasons why people want to be creative. And you always mention community and impacting the community. So why did you choose that to be your why? Why the community? Why the impact? Because some artists can be like, well, I just want to get rich, or I just want to be an elite artist. I want recognition.
Or they just want to paint.
Yeah, or they just want to.
Yeah. I mean, and no, and to that point, like, I really, you know, and like in the purest part of of what I am, like, I do want to be the best at what I do. That's period. But, you know, it's still not it's not about me though. And I think that's like I occupy a space, you know, I am a vessel, I am a messenger. This shit is coming through me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see things, I hear things, and it clicks in me. That's the universe telling me something, you know, that I need to give this out. I need to put this out into the universe. So, man, the highest human act, one of my favorite people in this world, one of my favorite beings, man, I never got to meet him, but, you know, he's one of my mentors, is Nipsey Hussle. The highest human act is to inspire. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not here to be of service to people, then what are you here for? Why are we here? I'm going to get rich. That's inevitable. Like, the material things, that's just the inevitable part about the higher I go up. That's just what's going to happen. You know, I be of service to people, I help people, and in return, people help me. That's what that is. But the deeper fulfilling part is knowing that, man, I went to a school like maybe early 2019. Two schools. It was a grammar school, and it was a high school. And the high school was like right across from the grammar school, all the way out in like Freeport, Illinois. Them kids knew my name. They wanted autographs. They had me on like the bulletin boards. Like these are youth. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's deeper to me than that.
Right.
Because that's cool. That money, and I'm still gonna have all that. That's beautiful. That's a cool way to live in a reality. To have, like, you know, your settings looking crazy. But, like, if you're just doing it for yourself, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a why you're here. And if your why is just so you can be okay, I don't think you're gonna go that far. I don't think he's gonna. And we all connected too. Like, we're all connected, and we feel things from everybody. Well, I do. I feel everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel when somebody's hurting. Like, I feel I've been a mentor for youth. Like, I know what they're going through. Like, I know, because I've been in those situations that they're in. So I think this life, you know, I can say I chose it, but I think I went through a lot of different things as a kid, so I can have a soft spot for kids and youth, so I can know that I know how to help them. I know how to get them to certain places, and they can look at this guy with tattoos and locks that's doing what he want to do, creating art, giving it to the world, selling it for tens and $20,000s. Like, you can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to do that. And if I die behind it, that's okay too. Like, because what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Like, you can't kill everybody. You can't kill us all. Like, my message is extremely pure. We are powerful. We are so powerful. And don't you ever let nobody tell you that you're not.
Facts.
Period. You want to go do something and you go and do it. Go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here, man. For my people.
You are literally the staple of Black boy joy. That is you. You are Black boy joy. Like listen to you talk about that. I'm over here like, yeah, the people, like, what we gonna do, sis? Like, we gotta do something.
It's real. It's real, man. This whole, everybody else sticks together, man. We don't stick together, you know, but we're the most powerful. We're the most powerful. Like, it's, man, listen, I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. my message ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing no matter how high up I go or whatever room I'm in. I'm still gonna look like this. I'm still this color. So it's still gonna be the same thing I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy.
But that's why though.
Black History episode
yeah.
that we did, and we talked about those same points that you brought up.
That's fire.
How powerful we
that's
are
fire.
As a community. So
that's fire.
Refreshing to hear you say it because it's like other people.
It's real.
As well,
yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And things are changing.
Yeah.
For sure. Things are changing, man. You know, these we getting into these rooms now. So things are changing slowly but surely, but you know, we too powerful, man. We're too powerful. And somewhere along the way we lost that. And that's okay. That's okay. We getting it back.
Yeah. Breezy, one of our script writers, she put in this quote that says, there's a saying that states art imitates life, imitates art. So from that, how would you describe the life your art replicates?
The life my art replicates. Whoa.
We get deep here, so.
Yo, that's abyss. That's super deep.
Well, you did mention that you went through trials and tribulations growing up, and your art reflects that. And to see kids, the youth, approach your art when they're going through those same or maybe different trials and tribulations, would you say that?
Yeah.
An aspect of imitating life, right?
I would. Wow. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, but it's not. You know, it's not just youth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot of people who look at my stuff and they look, okay, so the colors is meant to attract you. That's the whole point. I need to get your attention, you know. But once I get your attention and you locked in, you start to kind of see things move and you start to kind of see things conform to where you are. And I've had people tell me like, man, you were very lonely when you made this. And they was like, I can tell because I'm lonely and I can see how spacious this is from that. Or it's like, so yeah, I think it depends on a person, but I feel like to your point, yeah, that's how I guess, yeah, we'll imitate life that way. You know, I want to tap in deeper, man. I don't want to do all the surface stuff with people. Like, you know, my art isn't, I guess it is surface level, but it's deeper than that, you know? So as long as it starts a conversation, as long as it sparks something in somebody's mind and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's a crazy question. Thanks for asking that.
It seems like, well, thanks Bree for that.
I tried to answer it the best I could.
No, it seems like with your art, I mean, a lot of artists say, you know, I want my art to speak to people, but like literally you want your art to speak to people.
Yeah. I want it to be interactive. I want it to be interactive. That's why there's certain phrases in it, you know, there's just a lot of different things because of, I look at it as like, you know, it just depends on where the person is in that moment as far as their mental space and their emotions. If a person is hurt and they look at this red piece, they're gonna see a lot of pain in it because it has a lot of pain in it. You get what I'm saying? And so their mind is telling them to register the broken heart or the light bulb that's broken, you know, from the bright ideas that is now no longer. You know, it's like, but if it's a person that's like in a positive mindset, they're going to look at this painting and they're going to find everything about it that's positive in it because that's just where they are in that moment. Wow. And that's the whole point. It's going to grow with you as you go. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's cool about my art. It's not like a standalone like portrait of just a person that's just looking at you. It's a person that's looking at you, but you when you pan out, once you come back, once you go in, there's different things that relate to you depending on where you are in your life, which then makes it not about me and what I'm trying to say. It makes it about you and where you stand with it, which makes it interactive, you know?
Hey, so deep. Right. I'm over here just like, wow, that's crazy. But like in a good way. Like,
yeah,
I'm
it's real. It's real though, you know, it's real. Like I put a lot of, I'm a thinker, man. I'm a super thinker. So I put a lot of thought into it. It's gonna be the thing that's gonna be cool 10, 20 years. I'm telling you, these kids are gonna be deciphering it and like, it's gonna be, it's dope. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for sure.
So the future.
And I just hope it helps you guys. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about my work, but I hope that when you know, with certain pieces and you kind of, you sit with it and you look at it, it's going to start to move. It's going to start to do something for you with your mind and your heart and shit. It just kind of does that with people. So.
For sure.
I love the Marvel joint.
Stan Lee.
Yeah,
we're Marvel geeks over here.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Yep.
So that's why, okay, so I did, and it was a wrong Comic-Con. My art managers at the time, like I told them I wanted to do Comic-Con because, you know, I'm like a super nerd or whatever. And they got me this Comic-Con, but they got me a Comic-Con like somewhere like out like in Rosemont. It was still dope because I was doing the painting for that. So I still got to like talk to people about it, like, and things of that nature. Because even in that piece, there's over 90 objects that's all pertaining to the characters that Stan Lee like created. And I gave people a reference list, you know, so it's like, it's just, that's, you know, it becomes like a scavenger hunt. I put like all 6 Infinity Stones in that thing. Also, it's right there. Yeah, it's like,
so nice.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces, man. It's gonna be sold soon. I already know. Ain't that right? Yeah, it's gonna be sold soon. But like Stan Lee's one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite people. Like he literally showed a kid from Chicago that you can have you can like create a superhero who got bit by a radioactive spider, and then he started climbing walls and started saving people in New York City. Like that mindset alone to be an unrealistic thinker, like that is beautiful. Like he showed us all to have an imagination. And at the end of the day, imagination is one of the most important faculties you can have. Because without imagination, you're just stuck in this, you know? But with imagination, you can create you can create the uncreatable. You can imagine that you can bring forth realistic things that nobody would think about. Like a lot of this stuff, a lot of these things that's going on, lights right now. That was an unrealistic idea. That wasn't, people probably think you crazy. Like, I want to create something that lights up a room and it can be portable. That's a crazy idea until somebody made it a real thing. Somebody had to think outside the box to make the chair I'm sitting in. You know what I'm saying? To make like art is everything, but somebody had to think of it. You know, somebody had to have an imagination to think of a bike, to think of a, you know, it's beautiful, this art thing, man, because it's literally everything. Somebody had to think of all this phone I'm talking to y'all on. Like somebody had to draw it, somebody had to think of it, imagination, you know?
Since that's the reference.
Yeah, we need to know who your favorite superhero is.
Okay. We talking Marvel or DC?
Marvel. We don't do
Marvel.
DC.
Y'all in DC? Y'all rock with DC? I ain't mad at that. Man, Marvel. Okay. Well, I guess it's because, you know, I'm for the people.
Hey, I know. Oh, he gonna get it.
For the people. You know what I'm saying? For the people. And I got the holographic joint, you feel?
Yeah.
I'm for the people, my people. So yeah, that's my dog right there. But definitely Iron Man too. Iron Man's like super crazy. So Iron Man crazy, yeah, for sure. I can see that. Yeah. But my favorite character, like across the board, is Joker. Like just character in general. Like doesn't matter which side, doesn't matter superhero, villain. Just that guy is like the movies, and he's brilliant, man. I love the Joker. Is so dope.
Now, movie-wise, which Joker is your favorite?
That was going to be my next question.
Joaquin Phoenix. Wait. Okay, hold on. My favorite comic book adaptations. The Dark Knight, my favorite movie. Heath Ledger's Joker, chef's kiss. But I've watched the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I have both on DVD, and I watched that movie. I went to the movies like 3 times to see it. I watched it like maybe 15 times. I can't get enough of it, you know, because it's such a dope character study, and just his level of like how he went from that to how he became that, and the actual it's I'm getting absent-minded, but they were digging on like real life like things, you know what I'm saying? Like they attacked real life like mental health and government aid and like all these different things that will lead a person who needs help to become this. It's like, yo, it's like you spit on us, you treat us this way. That's like, it's like you do all these different things to us and you don't expect us, what do you say, to werewolf. Like you don't expect us, you expect us to not do anything about how you're treating us. But at some point, we're gonna turn into werewolves. At some point, we're gonna turn into, and now you're upset, and now I can't believe they're doing all these things. How can you not believe this?
Wow.
How can you not believe it when you the reason you've done so much to me? You've done everything to me, and I was supposed to be like, oh man, cool, thank you for shitting on me today. Thank you for treating me this way today. You don't expect us to buck up. You don't expect us to stand up for ourselves. And when we do, now it's a super duper problem. And you don't know where it's coming from. And that's what he was saying. He was like, yo, how you expect? He said if it was me down on the street, you'll walk right past me.
Yeah.
You will walk right past me. Like I didn't matter. So I'm gonna show you then. You know, so that's why I was like, oh my God. Yo, crazy movie. Crazy. He deserved that globe. For real. Crazy.
He did. Sure. He did.
Whew. Y'all got me excited about it. I'm gonna watch it when we get off the line. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it.
Right? Movie night.
You say what?
I said it's about to be a movie night tonight.
Oh, for sure. I'm about a couple times, you know. I forgot about Deadpool. Deadpool is dope too. Deadpool, that's my dog too. Deadpool, that's my dog for sure.
So if there's anybody you want to collaborate with, who would it be?
Any like a person? Or just company, corporation,
artist,
anything?
Brand. And there's, cross promotions, cross branding is big now. So
Yeah.
Anything.
I really eventually, I'm sure there's gonna be some years in the making, but I'm gonna create my own shoe. But I do plan on collaborating with some top tier brands. One of them being Timberland. I've always been like, we're from Chicago, so we wear a lot of boots here, and like New York. New York is like, I guess, the place for like the Timberland, but we kind of adopted that too. And I love boots. I love boots. Or actually, if not Timberland, definitely Dr. Martin. It's like I just love high top boots. And as far as like artists, man, I was Hebrew, man. What's up, Hebrew, man? Hebrew, what's up, man? I will be talking to you soon, bro. I will see what's up soon. But I will want to, because his work, I think it'd be cool to like have my style like meshed in with his in a cool like experience, as far as like some maybe like 6 to 8 paintings with like merch involved and like some cool stuff like that. So yeah, but my whole plan is I want to infiltrate each household. That was like a question I asked myself, like how can I infiltrate each household across the world? Once I answered that question, it was through the TV. It was like through streaming. So creating like a channel where I could like have all this stuff on the channel for the kids and infiltrate a household. But then it's like do like an activity book, for the youth, and then have merch, and then have like how can I infiltrate a household in a positive way? And that's even with magnets. That's even with plates and all these different things like for the kitchenware and like and rugs and stuff. So I plan on collaborating with a lot of people to make these things happen. Infinite. One thing that's cool about it is that it's a universal thing. I don't have I have a target audience for sure, but as far as it's faceless, so it can be whatever. It's water. It can go wherever, it can fit in any avenue, in any lane. So I'm going to be in all those lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys know Carl, you guys know Hebrew there. Hebrew did something with Garrett's Popcorn, where his artwork was on the popcorn can. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. You go to Mariano's and I forget what. Anyway, Mariano's, his artwork is on the wall. His artwork is on like the top of the aisles where they got the names of like the foods and all that, like that type of stuff. Like, I'm like, yeah. Cause Cause does the same thing. Like there's a lot of artists that like collaborate with like all these companies and stuff too. But you know, I definitely plan on like doing movie posters for like, you know, companies and animations and like cartoons. And so I plan on collaborating with a lot of people, man. Yeah, I'm saying y'all are talking to me at, I am 2017. I am 4 years in, 3, maybe 4. I'm still green. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that everything's happening for me the way it is with 4 years in this, 3-4 years in this, like I'm super grateful because I already know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? I already know what's going on. So y'all call me right before I do this.
Great time.
We are going to archive this episode.
Yo,
and
keep it.
Years from
Keep
now,
this.
like,
Keep
so he
this.
was on our interview.
Right.
You know, he's part of the fam. That's why we call it all the fam. You are part of the fam. So just remember us when you.
For sure. For sure. No, keep this. I'm telling you, keep this. I am big on laws of attraction. I am big on manifestation. You know, our words are extremely powerful. Thoughts are extremely powerful. So I make sure I mean what I say. I make sure I watch what I say. But I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So please keep this. Because y'all gonna, when it happened, y'all gonna be like, he said it all. He said it. We gotta record it. And we said he said all this. You know, I believe, man. I believe.
Will there be an Edo All in the Fam collab?
Hey.
Oh, what's up? We can make it happen. What y'all want to do?
Shit, we putting it up. I mean,
exactly. Laws of attraction, manifestation, speaking into existence, man. We can make some things work. We can make some things work, you know.
My incense.
For sure. We can make some things work, man. Like I am that guy. So we can make some things happen for sure.
We love it. We love to see it. We love all that for you.
I got a quick question. So I know
what's
you
up?
had TM's and Doc Martens, right? No
Mm-hmm.
ones?
Oh, of course. But I should have said like, because those are only said boots, but like with sneakers, yeah. And for me, it's whoever, you know, my whole thing is like things don't necessarily happen until sometimes someone just got to give you a chance, you know, they got to take a chance on you. Especially when you're as green as me, as far as new as me in this. But you know, if they see the vision and they understand you enough, they'll take that chance. They'll take that chance on you. And 9 times out of 10, I'm a good bet, you know. So some things are gonna be happening real soon, you know, and I don't know which brand is gonna be, but I'm opening the door in my mind up to it. And once the door opens up in the real world, I'm gonna walk through. So whoever comes first and it makes sense, I'm running with it, and I'm gonna be so grateful for it. I'm grateful for it right now. You know, I'm grateful for it right now. So whoever comes and who's ever ready for something to make some things happen. I did a lot of Air Force Ones too. Now that I think about it, I did a lot. So
yeah, that's what I was
saying.
out
there.
I saw some pictures.
Yeah, I know Nike didn't seen a lot what's going on. They actually, what's so crazy? Actually, you just said that they actually commented on I edited them on like one of my stories, and they was like hard eyes and like the fire emoji. I was like, is this really Nike or is somebody like spamming me or something? Like, is this actually them on this account? Who's what? Like, you know, so
the power of social.
Yeah, it's very random, but I'm also very grateful. Oh my God, because they see it all. You know what I'm saying? Like they see what's going on, so they waiting. I guess they waiting for a couple more things from me or something to happen off something else. But I know they there. I know they looking. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Let's do this. Let's make it happen. My name ain't popping yet, but you know, all right.
Well, Edo, it's been amazing talking to you. Let the fam know how can they reach you. Oh, your audio is out.
He's taking his bite of pizza.
Oh,
it's okay. Go ahead and eat. We'll edit that out.
I was like, wait, what happened?
Y'all hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
My bad. Because like it disconnected, and I was like, let me grab a bite real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we good.
Where he was going to eat.
I know. I was so confused. I said, wait, what?
No, man, you know, this conversation has been dope, man. It's been a dope conversation. So I've been locked into it.
Yes. So how can the people reach you? And for like where can they follow you? What's your next?
Yeah, I'm relaunching my site next month. Only reason I haven't even had it out yet is because there's a conflict of interest with this distribution deal I signed. So I'm kind of waiting until that's up, which will be the end of this month. So next month I'll be relaunching my site. But you guys can follow me. My Instagram is Lego My Edo. I'm addicted to Legos. I've always been. So that's LEGOMYEDO. My Facebook is my government, Eddie Santana White, EDDIE SANTANA WHITE. Those are like the two things you can kind of. Oh, and my brand's Instagram is Infinite Inception. INFINITE. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. That's a tongue twister. So Infinite Inception, INCEPTION. So
there you go.
Follow me on those. Follow my brands, and yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys giving me this energy and this platform to speak to you.
Thank you.
Speak some love. Oh, no problem. No problem whatsoever.